Today I'll be playing a bit of and ranking the rhythm minigames from Mario Party Jamboree. So these minigames can be played at either the Rhythm Kitchen or Minigame Bay. I'll start out over here at the Rhythm Kitchen to show you how that looks. So you and 3 others are put into what looks like a chef competition with Toads as the audience members and the primary color Yoshis as judges. Sorry regular Yoshi, but I guess they don't allow people who actively commit tax evasion to be on the show. There are 4 different modes that you can play. Normal mode is whenever you make 3 dishes with the normal versions of the songs. Long mode is whenever you make 6 dishes with the normal versions of the songs. Challenging mode is when you make 3 dishes with the challenging versions of the songs. And remix mode is whenever you make 6 dishes, and it also plays a special and iconic tune. So in each of these modes, the dishes are chosen at random, and there are a total of 10 rhythm minigames. I decided to play challenging modes so I can unlock the remix, and afterwards I'll rank them. So 3 of the 4 modes show a demonstration of how to play the game. I'm just putting this here because in remix mode, you have to remember how all these are done. After you complete all the dishes, the Yoshis rank them based on your performance. And if you're like me and you play with CPUs, you get to wallow in shame as you're the only one who didn't get 100%. Anyway, moving on to the remix. This is the first time I played the remix mode, and after hyping up the crowd, I was surprised to see that there were no demonstrations before playing the game. And at this point, I hadn't actually played all the rhythm minigames yet, but they're not too difficult to understand. I really like the remix mode because it really reminded me of like the remixes from Rhythm Heaven because of the way it would just kind of switch to different dishes without any breaks, and it all just kind of came together at the end. After the results came back and I got a 4.8, I decided to go back in again for a 5.0. Another thing about remix mode is even though the tune is the same, there are different combinations of minigames. So it's not always the same 6 minigames, which caught me by surprise at first. Anyway, here's my 5.0 run without any interruptions.
Congratulations!
Now we'll move on to actually ranking the rhythm minigames. I'll be thinking of 3 main things while ranking them. Number 1, is it fun? Number 2, is the music unique? And number 3, would I eat this dish? Starting off with some comfort food, we have the minigame Soup Troop. In this minigame, you chop veggies into a soup. The motion is easy to do, and it's just like using a knife. The music for all these mini games are a bit different depending on if you're playing the normal, the challenging, or even the remix. The gameplay I'm showing is from the challenging mode. I'd say that the music here is pretty good, but there are definitely some songs that I like more than this one. I do like the mushrooms in the challenging mode, that you have to slice in the offbeats rather than on beats. The food looks delicious and I'd eat it, so overall I'll give this a C+. Moving on to a chillier and sweeter dish, we have the Parfait the Course minigame. In this minigame, you're basically playing baseball, but instead of a bat, you're using a spoon, and instead of a baseball, the penguins pitch fruits and ice cream at you. I like this one because the penguins are very cute, and they also dance and beat in the background. I like the songs from both the normal and challenging modes, especially when the beats do like a waterfall thing and everyone kind of just hits one after another. I am super biased when it comes to penguins and desserts, and the only thing that I dislike about this is there's bananas on this parfait. Not the biggest fan of that. Other than that, I definitely want to know the recipe of the different layers of this because I'd eat it. So I'll give this an A overall. If you're into baking or just decorating sweet treats, you might like whisk cream. In this minigame, you whisk these cream drops that the Lakitus drop from above. So I'd say for most of these minigames, I like the challenging version of the song more, like sound-wise, but for this one, I actually like the normal version more. I do like the whisking motion in this minigame, and I feel like it's a more unique movement compared to some of the other motion minigames. So it looks like there's a lot of icing on this cake, but if it's the same thing that you use on like the strawberry sandos and it's like really light, I really like it. So I'll give this a B. For some reason, this next minigame makes me think of Ratatouille, maybe it's the decor, but now I'm talking about spread and butter. In this minigame, you're scooping and spreading butter on bread. This minigame is really easy, which means it's fun for me. The music sounds very similar to the Soup Troop, and again, it's pretty good, but it's not the most unique. The food also looks okay, but it's not something I'd go out and buy. More like something I'd eat if it's like at a fancy party and everyone got it for free. So overall, I'll give this a D+. The next minigame, Short Stack Chef, or basically the Ninja Be Cooking minigame, focuses on flipping pancakes to the beat. The only difficult thing about this minigame are just the big pancakes. Like, I really want to flip them early so bad because I feel like the red dot disappears and I just have to flip it. I do like this song, it sounds very whimsical, and the pancakes look pretty good, but the syrup looks like an interesting texture. Overall, I'll give this a B+. This next minigame might be familiar to some minimum wage workers. It is called Burger Builder. In this game, each person is given a specific ingredient to top the burger with. I think one reason why I have a lot of fun playing this is because it has my second favorite rhythm minigame song, and also some of the burger combinations are really wild. I don't know how to describe the genre of the music, but it sounds like what I feel like a burger truck theme song would sound like. So I don't eat beef burgers, but I wouldn't hold against this minigame. So overall, I'm gonna give this an A. Next, I'll be ranking Footlong Frenzy and telling you now if the sandwich is any more than $5, I do not want it. In this minigame, you push slices of bread together to complete the sandwich. It's alright, I guess. I do like the little tings that are very similar to like the Built to Scale minigame from Rhythm Heaven. Like, it has that same little ding 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 ding. I do like the way the music sounds, and it really goes with the picnic vibe that is happening in the background. But yeah, the sandwiches, they look pretty mid. Like, they look kind of dry low-key. Overall, I'll give this a B-. And you can't have a quirky game with a bit of alliteration. So now I'll be talking about Copycat Curry. In this minigame, you season a pot of boiling vegetables to make curry. I will say that despite it having the same motion as the burger game, I think this one is fun due to the silly poses. Also like that you can tell that the curry is like getting seasoned when looking at like the water change color from like clear to like a brownish orange. I will also say that the song from this minigame is my favorite among the rhythm minigames, and the dish at the end looks very appetizing, especially paired with the naan. Overall, I'll give this an A. For this next minigame, I should have picked Peach. Not this Peach, but this one. So in the minigame on Barb, Lakitus throw ingredients to put on skewers. I feel like this is the one motion minigame that I have to stand up for because it's just really hard for me to do the motion while sitting down unless I hold the controller differently than what is demonstrated. I would say that the song here sounds like a more energized version of the Footlong Frenzy song. It's not bad, but it doesn't sound too unique. Also, I do like the kebabs, and they do look pretty good on the grill. So I'm gonna give this a C. And the last minigame to rank is another pun on the beat. In this minigame, you dig up crops to the beat. This one was fun because it reminded me of Crop Stomp from Rhythm Heaven. This song definitely has a country feel to it, and I do like how at the end you're basically quote-unquote mashing to dig up the large vegetable. Even though this minigame doesn't produce a particular dish, it does harvest a lot of vegetables. The carrots do look yummy, but the rest of the vegetables are alright. I mean, I probably wouldn't eat them raw, so overall I'm gonna give this a B+. So here's all the minigames ranked. Tell me how you'd rank these in the comments below, and until next time, see you later.